We bake sweets, mostly baked goods, like cookies, cupcakes, and brownies, and we sell them at local farmers markets, specifically the Scottsdale Farmers Market in Old Town. We bake at a commercial kitchen that we rent space at. And the second passion in my life, besides people with disabilities, is baking. I decided to start a bakery that would kind of support the program for people with disabilities. I knew kind of how to provide job training and supported employment for people, but then I also was like, well, how are we going to fund this? And in the past, I've worked for a lot of nonprofits, and depending on grants is really unstable and difficult. So I thought, well, I could start a social enterprise, which is like a business within a nonprofit that helps it to remain sustainable. I applied for the Challenge Innovation Grant. It was for $2,000, and it was kind of like a startup grant. So I applied to kind of get a lot of the legal stuff done, so the kind of the bakery license and nonprofit corporation status. It's about people with disabilities working among other people without disabilities or other abilities. I work on resume development and interviewing skills, and really securing their interests in employment. We are committed to get you a job as soon as possible. One of my clients, he's kind of shy. I think the biggest thing is that he's working in the community, and just the unexpected opportunities that come to him. You know, people are walking by, he has to learn how to kind of engage them and say hello, and then sell things. I came up with the idea because I worked with a lot of clients with disabilities that weren't happy with their employment. They worked for sub-minimum wage and in sheltered workshops, which are basically places where a bunch of people with disabilities work, and they receive maybe like 5 cents to put together a packet or a box or something. And so they get paid really low amounts of money, and it really isn't very fulfilling, and a lot of people that have minor disabilities could be a lot more productive. So as a social worker and now a PhD student, I did research on this, and I learned about evidence-based practices for supported employment for people with disabilities. So I knew kind of how to provide job training and supported employment for people. My hope is that it will become a model program as a social enterprise.